What is your single biggest loss? Like the title says, besides your will to live, what is your single biggest loss? TLDR, this is the dark side of investing. Stick to blue chip companies and only invest what you're willing to lose if you don't want to lose everything. You're not Jamie and Charlie from The Big Short like I thought I was. I'll go first. My name is Josh and I'm an addict. Over the last 10 years, I've traded tens of millions of dollars, potentially $100 million. I haven't actually done the math. I've made millions and lost millions, never actually having a seven-figure net worth. When I was 19, I lost $20,000 in SFX Entertainment, a company that filed bankruptcy. I knew that was my single biggest loss and I'd never make that mistake again. That was the start of my addiction. Fast forward 5 years and I had lost everything, $100,000 chasing that initial loss and trading like an animal. Sometimes making $10, $20K on a trade. Sometimes losing $10, $20K on a trade. Fast forward 5 more years. After saving every extra penny I could, my extra chromosome told me to put $50,000 in a shitcoin created by some of the Dutch Bros coffee owners. I knew the status of these guys and didn't think they'd let their idea fail the way they did. I haven't realized the loss, but its value is $1,000 now and is the single biggest loss I've had on a single trade. This isn't counting the $100,000 I put in another shitcoin that was worth $50,000 at the lows, but now worth about $80,000. I can't seem to get rid of this extra chromosome and sell and walk away. I like to think I'm not completely regarded. I read companies' financials and kept up with their 10Ks and learned charting, but always playing the highest risk has burned me. Just to think if all my trades went even one in the other direction, or if I just invested in FAANG, I'd be the millionaire I always wanted to be. It's too late for me, but it may not be for you. With my entire retirement account of $250K, I bought shares of Aurora Cannabis ACB. I still hold those shares because I didn't sell for a loss as the price kept dropping. Today, that account is worth shares count exceeds the dollar value of the account. $475K in 20 minutes on a short probably 23 years ago. It almost took me out of the game. The key is, remember, it's a long game. The key is to stay in it. I never lose. Not even my virginity. In May 2022 I went from 25K to 3.5K, near 85. All this by keep buying the dip on the 2022 crypto crash. Totally deserved. Like a regard. I sold my $700,000 house for $520,000 to pay off CC debt. Then I bought $120,000 of BS stocks, dis $160. PLTR 36. PTON 90. Riot. Aben. FRBC and a $220,000 house. Well, my stock picks are down to $19,000. My $220,000 house completely flooded and I didn't have insurance. I fucked up my life. I'm in my mid-40s. I'm a loser. I lost $20K on Nvidia calls a few years ago when I accidentally placed a market order because the app bugged out and I thought I was making limit buys on margin. Of course, some of the calls were purchased for GameStop meme prices and someone had a really good day. Out of principle I held it for too long and then after I sold it stocks go up. I was literally in phone calls with support and had an investigation opened about how the issue happened. Got my first margin phone call while I was shopping at Costco with my wife and she's like, "Who is that?" And I'm like, "Don't worry about it, babe, just my Monopoly money account." 32K on Bed Bath. $SPCEFU Chamath Polyhapedia. I'm sorry to hear about your losses, Josh. It's important to remember that investing is a risk and you should only invest what you're willing to lose. Stick to blue chip companies and don't try to chase after big gains with high risk investments. Sally in the 5th grade. She broke up with me to date the son of an ice cream truck owner. I never recovered from that loss. I usually lose my gains. Most years I come out slightly on top and others I break even. I've paper-handed trades that would have given me financial freedom, and I've held trades to the bitter like the musicians on Titanic. It's not that you suck at trading. It's that you have a gambling problem. Combine your problem with an illogical market and it's a recipe for disaster. Lost $450,000, twice. Both times was because I didn't sell while I was up. Investing in Wish stock, 98 down about 8K. Just waiting for the right moment to realize the loss. 17 grand on a penny stock. Was left with 500. Put it into Apple and made 6% in 3 months. Should have just done that from the outset. Bag holding 10,000 shares of ChargePoint, $6.50 after being assigned on a cash-secured put headstone. Ex-wife. Put trade on CMG that cost me $300K over the weekend when Donnie Mango gave JPAL the printer about $1,500,000. I bought 2 digital Titan Katowice 2014 Holo Counter-Strike Go stickers in 2014. About 140 Katowice 2015 Vox Eminor Holo stickers in 2015 and a ton of other similar random team Holo stickers. I was 22 and thought I was investing like a champion. Sold all 1 year later for a couple $100 profit because they plateaued. Total value 1000x in past few years for reasons I don't understand. Like 60K on TSLA puts. Slightly OTM, but the strike was 700 pre-split OFC and I got murked by the bounce on ODTEs. Cautionary tale here. For the average person, it's much smarter to put money in a boring mutual fund Vanguard Fidelity and make regular contributions as a long-term way to grow wealth. Trying to pick individual stocks is the same as going to a casino. High reward perhaps, but incredibly high risk. 9 years ago I fell for the cannabis stock pump. I didn't evaluate and followed blindly advices on Seeking Alpha. Fortunately I invested only 2.5K, but this was a real lesson for me. X200B. Edit Grow Life and Agritech IMG Emote T52TH52 4260 IMG Emote T52TH52 4267. Erectile function. IE had a couple trades with $200,000 losses. I hit a 1-7-figure win with XOM long dated called I bought in the pandemic. 2008 lost about $60,000, which was more than my net worth at the time. I made it back in 2009 by just dumping every penny of new cash into the same stocks and riding the wave back up. I once lost $10,000 because I was day trading in a foreign country and fell asleep. I don't even remember selling, I literally did it in my sleep. March 2020. Lost about $100,000 on USO, which I had been trading for a few years. But then the fucking pandemic fucked oil. Still, despite all of that, I have essentially made more investing than I have spent in my life. So I'm doing okay. Lost $40,000 from open. I thought $10 was a generational buying opportunity. God, I'm such a regard. Will someone please start a Gamblers WSB club for us degenerates? Make sure it includes hot coffee and donuts. UPST on earnings on 5/9/22. Go look at the chart.